So once the strut is off the vehicle, you know, you need to disassemble it or even reassemble it. So especially the first time you pull yours off, you're going to have to disassemble it, and you'll need the strut spring compressors. A set of those, you can get those that you rent it like AutoZone or even buy them, whatever, they work fine. You know, you'll clamp down on the spring and relieve the tension, and then you still need to get this upper nut loose off of the shaft, the shock shaft, to then be able to pull the shock head off here. Now a lot of times, I think in that video Speedy did, even he went about, you know, because when you just turn this with the, you know, it'll be an 18. If you just try to turn it, most of the time the shaft will rotate with you, so you won't loosen it. I think in that video Speedy got a strap wrench. He was able to put a strap wrench on, and he made that work. And honestly, I've tried that. I think I got it to work for me, but it was not easy. I mean, it was a lot of trouble, and I've found really a better way to do it. Really, the best way to do it, I found, is if you have an impact, you know, whether it's air or this one's electric. By the way, if you don't have one of these, man, I can't strongly enough suggest getting one. It sure makes the job easier. But anyway, just taking the with an impact in the 18, and you know the spring compressors are on it and they're engaged, and just hitting it in reverse. Of course, you will want to hold it right. Hit it in reverse, and most of the time, as long as this thing has enough torque, it'll pull that nut. Or, you know, it'll break it loose, and you'll. So I'm gonna hit it here. Yeah. And then you'll end up backing it off, right? Now, if you don't have one of these, what you can do, and what I have done, is, so this nut is an 18, the shaft, the stud, is an 8mm. So what you'll need is either an 8 ratcheting wrench, or a deep socket 8. You still need your the offset 18 to hold the nut. Now what you're going to do, instead of trying to loosen that nut, is you're going to tighten the stud, right? And remember, that is very important. You're going to tighten the stud while holding the nut, and that will back that nut off. Now, in my case, you can use the ratcheting wrench, the ratcheting 8mm. So yeah, you're going to tighten it. And then as you tighten that stud, it backs that nut off. Now that's the slow way to do it, I've found. I'll use the, if you have an electric impact, or in my case, I've got a homemade electric impact. Remember, you're going to set it to tighten. And that'll back it right off. And then, you're good to go. Now, when you pull the your OE spring off, and you put the Mopar Stage 1 lowering spring on, and then put everything back together, you shouldn't need, or you probably won't need, those spring compressors to reassemble it with those lowering springs. What I've found with them is you put the spring on, you put the bellow, the bump stop and all that, everything, you put this hat back on, and it'll probably be sitting something like that. All you really have to do is just put your weight on it, push, it'll be just low enough, you'll push down, and you can just get it started. Now once it's started, now you can just do the opposite of what you just did to get it loose. Now I'm going to set this to loosen, since I'm wanting to tighten the nut. There we go. And then, so yeah, you shouldn't need those spring compressors to reassemble it with those lowering springs. That's what I found anyway. So that's this would be where I would differ from Speedy's video on the strut assembly, disassembly, reassembly. Everything else is he's pretty good on. So there you go. Hope that helps.